Today I want to tell you about how ego has been historically, traditionally torturing people around. So you will see the manifestation of this ego, and then you will know that if you are playing anything, any role with your ego, you could be a part and parcel of that destructive force. So to begin with, we'll see now, when this ego started growing in man, first of all, see, it started growing with the protection. Don't put any ice in the Coke, all right? No, there's no ice in this one, but next one. It's good, the other Coke, it will be all right. So, it's all right, Christine, it's all right. The pituitary, which is within us, started growing when we raised our head, like this. When we are animals, our heads were like this. At that time, the pineal body, as it is called, was very powerful. They say in human beings the pineal doesn't work out. It's not true. It does. But they don't know how it works. Come along. Nice to see you. All right. So, this pineal body within us was very active when we were animal state. But when we raised our head, you see, a chemical change took place within ourselves, in the sense that our brain started growing in a pyramid, which I have told you how, with the parallelogram of forces and all that, it has started growing into a pyramid. And when it became like that, you see, because first it was only the pineal body looking after the superego, up to the animal kingdom, up to the kingdom where the animals sort of became more sort of humanized. Then the ego started growing. It's the only animals who can use the matter. Human beings can use the matter, not the animals. Animals cannot use the matter for their own purpose. When they started aggressing the matter, the ego started developing, and we developed this, what you call the pyramid of our brain. We started growing more and more and more and more like this. But when it reached its height, then we started using our ego more. We didn't stop at that point. We started moving on the other side. So this went down and it covered it completely like that. That's why we say the pineal body in the human beings doesn't work. It functions, no doubt it functions. As a result of that, you see, when we saw this ego was growing, as a result of that, people felt extremely overconfident. What's wrong? Business started long time back. At the time of Columbus. As I said, if Columbus had come to India, he would not have seen me here. He would have finished all the Indians there. Not him. He was a very nice man, but those who followed him. In the same way, this ego started destroying people, and they had an idea for triumph and killing people, occupying lands, occupying territories, accumulating wealth. Went on and on and on and on this level. Then from there, they started, when the marriage system started in a proper way, again the aggression started on the women, and now the women are aggressing men like that. It all became so aggressive. But when you aggress, you don't see that you are aggressing. This is the problem of the egoistical person. Though he may be a seeker, though he may be a very genuine seeker, but if he is in the area of ego, he never feels his own catches, because the ego is in between, the reality in himself. So he cannot see his own catches. He cannot see how he is aggressing others, and he doesn't see how he is hurting others, troubling others, torturing others. And such a person can be extremely arrogant, extremely, what you call strangulating. This is what happens when you get cancer also. When you get the cancer, what happens? It starts with the left side, no doubt. But when it comes into the person, then he becomes a person who is vulnerable to a disease, or a disease where the person is aggressed. The cells of the body first develop the aggression. We call it malignant. When this cell comes in contact with others, that also becomes malignant. So that's how the malignancy spreads. And when it spreads, what happens? That supposing in the nose there are some cells which become malignant. So they start obstructing other organs to grow. The only nose will start growing like that. You mean to say, not outside but inside. So they aggress. You see, the aggression starts, and they lose complete control with the whole because there is no coordination with the whole. They don't see that the whole has to grow together, and not only the nose and not only the eyes, isn't it? Now, ego manifests in so many ways. Through your eyes, through your ears, through your mouth, through your nose, everywhere. Because you go against God, that is, you go against collectivity, because you go against Sri Krishna, against your Vishuddhi Chakra. That's first thing it manifests. Nowadays nobody beats people like this. You see, we have become subtler in our ego manifestation. We use this part, not hands. It can be that you show temper through your eyes, or it can be you flirt with your eyes. You become adulterous. That's why Christ has said, don't become adulterous. So now it's nice that the AIDS can work out through the tears. It's good. You used to kiss people, all right. Now kiss. Nobody will kiss now. You used all your Vishuddhi Chakra so far to express all filth. Now the filth is pouring out. So, in the second stage, when we understand that is through the Vishuddhi, that is this America, we express ourselves, our ego. So what should we do? First of all, stop talking. Hear the way people talk. I mean, you see, you have to just start opening your mouth like this, and like that you go on. And the other is talking. You tell them something, they just come on you with all the knowledge, they have known everything, A to Z, and you don't know where you are. How do you stop talking? I've told you a practical thing. I'll get you betel nuts, which I'll vibrate, put it in the mouth. And you take it out when you have to talk, otherwise keep it there. That's Sri Ganesha. Don't take it out. Stop talking. If you stop talking, your hypocrisy will go away. But through our face, we are hypocritical. Everything works out through Vishuddhi. Now see, a person who is extremely aggressive, you see, can also act to be very, very sweet, you see. If they have to exploit you or make money out of you, they can act. Acting. The whole acting comes through this Vishuddhi. Then you act. You are a very gentle person. You are very good, but you are not. You are aggressive. So, for that, you have to know that talking less will reduce 50% of your hypocrisy and acting. 50%. Now 50% still left. Now what to do with the 50%? 50% is a thing where we have to know what other chakras are responsible for ego manifestation. One is the Hamsa, is very important. Hamsa is. We use when we want to show our temper. Indifference. Then a person thinks, oh God, what have I done to this person? That's how we show our temper. All the time like this. That's Hamsa. And that's why we have to use what we call the simple thing called ghee, or something oilish. For ears, for nose, for eyes the kajal, and for this portion also you have to put some ghee in hot water or milk and take it, so that you soothe down your nerves and you soothe down your Vishuddhi, and also you soothe down the, to call in a general way, is the peritoneum, but is the lining. As we soothe down our fingers and hands, when they are dried, we have to soothe. Rub ghee here, oil here, oil there, in the head. Now the modern style is not to put oil in the head. You will become bald, balded gentleman. Of course, you can still act like Yul Brynner. But he died of cancer. His sister is our disciple. And you will develop funny hairstyles, everything. And now this modern fashion has started, don't put any oil. I don't know from where it is. The children also, they say don't put any oil in the ears. This is doctors, they want to create patients. Don't listen to them. Before going traveling or anywhere, put oil in your ears, into your noses, not the oil but ghee, and control your peritoneum through your Hamsa chakra. It's very important. This is the chakra which really helps you very much sit down. Now in Sanskrit and also in a many colloquial language, ghee is called as neha, and sneha is love. Neha also is love. So you have to oil it down so the frictions are less. We know in nature when we have to reduce the friction we put oil. Like we have to say launch a ship, because I have launched, I know what it is. They had to put grease on the thing and you just touch the ship and the ship moves so smoothly onto the sea. Beautifully it moves. In India they put bananas because banana is very easily available, so they put bananas here and there. And here they use grease. In England, for example, they use grease. So in the same way we have to grease ourselves. Our language, our tone, our speaking must be greased with love. And love is such a powerful thing that can attract anyone, let it be even Hitler. When you talk to someone or say something, it should have that coating of chocolate, of love. Then you can even give castor oil. I do that. So, all these things are to be understood in its essence, that we should not become stupid as other people are. We are yogis, and we have to have an ideal life which manifests itself in all kinds of dynamism. And we do not waste this great blessing that we have got. Now with this, another chakra which is always got is the Agya. Agya chakra. In the Agya chakra, we have to become thoughtlessly aware, but we can. Now, if you watch your thoughts, you will know mostly we think of the people who have harmed us, who have troubled us. Sometimes we have the glimpse of the good things also. We think of the good people also. Sometimes. Normally, we are thinking about the people who have harmed us, hurt us, this thing, that. So, the mantra here is forgive. And you have to see that you forgive others. Anybody says anything, forgive. When you forgive, God takes over. And He knows how to handle or mishandle or to do whatever He likes to that person. That's not your job. You just forgive. So you give him a ticket. Go to God. I forgive you. I'm nothing. And you have to forgive. And that is the thing you can enjoy your Agya chakra very well and raise your Kundalini beyond by saying forgive, forgive, forgive 3 times. And you have to say the mantra of Nirvichara. No thoughts. Agya is the one which brings thoughts to you. That's why Christ was so particular on the eyes. That thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. Try to concentrate your eyes on the Mother Earth for some time. She'll suck in. So that your attention doesn't become that wobbly, becomes concentrated and equalized and balanced. When that is done, your eyes become so powerful. Even if you look at somebody, you can cure that person. And the innocence will start coming in your eyes. You will not have lust and greed. It's a very dangerous thing people are playing here. I mean, I didn't know all these things people do, but I saw it in the West. I mean, everybody's looking at every girl. What is the joyless pursuit? Why turn your eyes to anything that you don't get joy out of? At every girl, a man is looking, a girl is looking at every man. What's this nonsense? Why waste your energy? I always look at about 3 feet height. You see all the flowers there, you see all the children. One day somebody asked me, don't you feel like looking at handsome men? I said, I'm not a fool. I look at the most handsome things at 3 feet level. He said, you must be a fool to look at this. I'm not. That's what it is. So that will give you tremendous amount of energy because you preserve all your energy through your eyes. Eyes are the windows of that power. If you try to preserve it, it's all right. Otherwise, like nowadays, save water because you wasted your water, so now save water. But when your eyes are innocent in this shower of bliss, you enjoy that bliss. You don't have to look at anyone. You don't have to say anything. You just enjoy. Just feel the joy pouring into you completely. Because the ego has vanished. This is an aggression to look at everyone like that. It's an aggression. I have known people who mesmerize women, who mesmerize men. I have known women like that. I've seen in the parties, I see the boots coming out of these women. And they look at a man and he gets transfixed completely. Falls in love with that woman. Till he becomes a beggar, she just lynches him. It's prostitution by men or women. It's a horrible thing. It's dirtying your eyes. So keep your eyes steady. Try to steady them. If they try to go here and they tell them, look there, that's the Mother Earth. She's the one who gives us all beautiful things. Look at that. And then the beauty of that Mother Earth will come into your eye. And the cleanliness and the innocence will cleanse others. That's how it should be. So to fight this ego, one has to be prepared and must have proper willpower. Because ego kills the willpower of man completely. A man who is an egoist is left with no willpower. He does what the ego tells him. It can murder people, which can be violent. All the violence in America is from the ego manifestation. Because there is no respect of the law, not of human laws, but not of God's laws also. That's how people behave. They incur diseases, horrible things. A person who is not egoistical will not get cancer. You have to be egoistical to get cancer, though it's a left-sided thing. But you have to have ego. Vulnerability comes through ego. And then it acts. If you are egoistical, you are vulnerable to cancer. So first thing, if you survive from, say, cancer, you will have the other one waiting, where you will be transfixed like this. You will become like some of the things I see in the TV, where people are given some sort of an artificial thing and they are just nothing but machines, and they move their hands like machines, they walk like this, they look like human beings, and they walk straight like this, they can't feel anything. Like that will become. Because ego takes you away from emotions and away from the left side, and you become really a person like a machine. You become like a machine. I met one dentist. He came to me, he said, Mother, now I cannot cry, I cannot weep, and I do not feel bad when somebody dies. I said, so what do you do? I jog. I mean, jog means running away from yourself. Jog for how many hours? 5 hours. Out of the 10 years he is awake, 5 hours he jogs. What else will happen?